Welcome, dear traders. You are watching a recap of the Asian session on June 26. Stocks in New Zealand reached a two-week low, while Australian shares declined to 3-month lows. Japanese stock indexes tried to rise, but eventually slid into red territory. Risk aversion prevailed in the Asian session. There were plenty of reasons for that. The main one is aggressive tightening by top central banks. In June, the European Union, Canada, and the UK and Switzerland raised key rates. The Fed hinted at new highs in July. Jerome Powell admitted such a possibility during his two-day speeches in Congress last week. There might be some changes even in the Bank of Japan's monetary policy settings. The current situation in the global economy is quite unusual. Central banks are trying to curb inflation and avoid unpleasant consequences. However, the recession risks are quite high, not only for some countries, but for the global economy as well. This is why traders are rather cautious. As a result, in the Asian session, many assets lost ground. The US dollar snapped its two-week winning streak due to the selling pressure. It declined to 102.70, moving in the wide range of 102.70 and 102.80. Its recovery from the 6-week low of 102.06 looks shaky now. A slight fall in Treasury bond yields is another negative factor. However, the hawkish rhetoric of Fed members somewhat helped the US dollar halt its downward movement. It's likely to facilitate its growth as the traders will be less willing to open short positions. Fears of a global economic downturn have intensified due to a strong commitment to further tightening by leading central banks. It's stimulating demand for the safe haven assets. According to technical analysis, the resistance level is located at 103.10, and this is also a pivot level. If the US dollar breaks above this level, investors are sure to go long. If it falls below 102.50, it could decline to the support level of 102.10. After that, it may slide to a monthly low, located slightly below 102 points. A fall in the US dollar affected the yen's trajectory. On early Monday, it was moving in the range of 142.90 to 143.70. The pair was trading near 7-month low of 143.87, reached on a Friday. After that, it was hovering at 143 points. If fresh US macro stats indicate a slowdown in the economy, recession fears may boost the yen as a safe haven asset. Last week, the yen depreciated markedly. The difference between the ultra-loose stance of the Bank of Japan and the hawkish moves of the other central banks has been particularly noticeable. Yet, on a Friday, the yen managed to grow. Analysts assumed that the central bank conducted an intervention. Japanese Finance Minister Shunichi Suzuki said that he was firmly watching foreign exchange markets. He noted that policymakers were ready to intervene in a case of sharp movements. Apart from that, some Bank of Japan officials made hawkish comments. It appears that not all of them support a dovish stance. The meeting minutes were published today, and they showed that one of the board members called for an early revision of a monetary policy. Of course, the majority is still backing the current policy, so no changes are likely to take place soon. However, in the long-term prospect, such changes look quite possible. Moreover, Katsuo Ueda also considers the prospects for the global economy very foggy. The AUD USD pair also experienced a roller coaster ride. As seen on the chart, after sharp moves, the Aussie sank to 0.6680. In the Asian session, it was aiming at the resistance level near 0.6668 and 0.6696. Shortly after, it rolled back to the support level due to a stronger US dollar. Following last Friday's losses, the pair rose slightly amid the falling yield of US government bonds and the US dollar. Its upside potential can be easily limited by the risk aversion as well as worries about the economic woes in China. A weak yuan is also a negative factor for the Aussie, its a liquid proxy. Moreover, the prospects for the Chinese currency remain grim as the government has not adopted any stimulus yet, and this could be the main downside factor for the Australian dollar in the next few weeks. The New Zealand dollar was able to advance considerably in the Asian session. It was moving in the bullish channel of 0.6137 and 0.6177. At the same time, the Kiwi managed to snap a two-losing streak. It rose to 0.6162 from a once-and-a-half-week low. As you can see, there were plenty of contradictory factors in the Asian session. That's all for now. Hit the subscribe button and keep close tabs on the market developments with us. See you soon.